name is Keith Dillihunt, and I am the VP of Sales and Marketing for Noble Business Capital. You may not know who we are, but you probably passed by our new location. We just built and opened up our newest location after 20 years here in Southwind. We're now just off of 240, past Poplar. Before you get to Walnut Grove, the building that kind of looks like NASA. We're pretty proud of that location, but what we are is an accounts receivable factoring company, and we give small businesses opportunities to finance some of their contracts that they may have landed. I was a commercial lender with First Tennessee and with AmSouth Bank and another bank for an extended period of time, and I worked with small businesses. So I know the challenges that you face. I understand that it's about cash flow, that it's about credit, that it's about capacity, that it's about conditions. And I would also add that conditions also have a lot to do with what's going on within the market as a whole, the economic conditions, the competitive conditions, what's going on in the political environment as well. So all of those type of things can influence what's going on within your business. And I'll give you a perfect example of conditions. Prior to 9/11, pawn shop businesses and title loan businesses were high. When 9/11 happened, the government said that that's the way that terrorists were funding a lot of their cash transactions. So overnight, banks shut down all of their relationships with pawn shops and fast cash businesses like that. Like they had to close out their deposit accounts literally overnight. So that's one of those things where you can talk about conditions that you have to be aware that it can change very quickly on you. But to get back to what Noble does, for the past 20 years, we have been involved primarily in the transportation industry. So for example, if you own a small trucking company, as we talked about, you get this big contract from, let's say, Walmart to take your goods from Fayetteville, Arkansas to Jacksonville, Florida here. Well, once your driver drops that load and sends in that invoice, they're going to want to get paid. Well, Walmart historically pays people slow. So, and if you have a small business, you pay for that driver's gas, you pay for that driver to have a hotel, you pay all kinds of expenses, and now you're waiting 30, 45, 60, 90 days to get paid. Well, where Noble can help you is that we will buy that accounts receivable for you. So we can buy that accounts receivable and get you those funds as quick as within 60 minutes. So it's really revolutionizing the industry, and we were founded here in Memphis. My role has been to help us go into other industries, using my commercial lending background experience to help small businesses like yourself. So, for example, if you were to pick up a contract here with, say, the state of Tennessee, the city of Memphis, Shelby County, you've already provided your services. Now, keep in mind, these are business-to-business services. These are not business-to-consumer services. But you have already provided your service, and now you have sent your invoice, and you can't take on additional jobs because all your money's tied up now in waiting for that receivable. That is what kills small businesses. Waiting for them because they've already bought what you've sold them, and you can't force them to pay you any faster because you want to continue doing business with them, right? We will buy that receivable for you. And often it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 to 4%, much like a credit card fee. So most business owners will jump at an opportunity like that because when you are a small business, you walk into a major bank and you are brand new, they don't really want to have a lot of time to deal with you. They're going to say, let's do this as a home equity. Okay? I know that because I said it. It's a smaller deal. They don't have time to fool with it there. They're chasing some of the larger deals there. So the way that we do business is that we will look at the business owner's credit, but it is not as crucial as it is with a small commercial banker. See, we're relying on the person whom you sold those goods to. We're looking at their credit. Because essentially we bought that receivable, we're waiting for the city of Memphis to pay us now. So it helps those businesses that are young, that are startup, that have already sold those goods, where they can go out in advance. And we are the only factoring company that will help you move towards a banking relationship with a product that we call Wealth Builder that will allow you to put some of that money aside for you so that you eventually grow out of factoring. Because I'll be honest with you, factoring is not a long-term solution. It's a Band-Aid for you. A lot of people get in trouble when they try to keep it that way. If you use it properly, it will work exceedingly well for you. We have offices here in Memphis, like I said, and I have one of my sales consultants here in the building with me, Mr. Jeremiah Donnell, at the back of the room there. He will have a table in the back to talk to you about some of your business opportunities and see where we may be able to assist. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Could business use you for like an in-house credit for a business that they're just starting with a business for their new customers?
Absolutely. Because what we will do is we will assess the credit of that client that you're doing business with to see if that's somebody that you need to even do business with. We've saved a lot of small businesses that way as well to say, you might not want to do that one.
Did that on one of the deals with basketball?
Is there a minimum amount that the contract has to be worth?
Well, we look at these contracts on an invoice by invoice basis. So we're looking for more volume than anything. Give us an opportunity to take a look at it. And let's see what we can do because we want to continue the relationship.
So if it's a recurring contract, that's more valuable than a
Absolutely.
one-time deal.
Absolutely. We're looking for those recurring contracts. And then sometimes we will also look at some purchase order financing. Yeah, it's rare, but we will look at that. Other questions? All right, well, fantastic. Thank you, and we will be at the table next door.